welcome back
to another edition of
Let's Talk About Squat.
Let's Talk About Squat.
Whoop, whoop. Sorry, it's been a little while since we've been around, but we have been extremely busy.
Busy doing what?
Well, guess what? We have more chickens.
Oh my gosh, my babies.
We bought, what did we buy? 13 babies. And then we ended up getting eggs that were fertilized, and we hatched them. And now we have...
Did we talk about that on the air last time?
No.
So
we have 17 more. Maybe we did. I don't know. It's been so long. But now we have 17 baby chicks that are 5 days old. And then we have, 13 that are 4 weeks.
That's right. Don't tell me I can't be a mama.
And you know what? We're the two people that said...
I hatched them babies.
We don't want any more animals.
And now we have like...
35 chickens.
2 dogs and a cat.
So don't ever say no more animals, because guess what? You'll get more chickens.
Honestly, I'm kind of falling for the hype. The president said we're going to have food shortages.
Well, we are not going to be short on eggs.
Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to eat my chickens, people. Calm down.
No,
they're my
for
babies.
Eggs. They're for eggs.
Right.
Eggs only.
So we have 3 pens set up. One for...
The mama chicks. That's what I call them, the mama chicks.
So we have 2 set up specifically for no rooster. There's
hens.
no sperm whatsoever, and those
They're all hens.
Right.
But the 17 that we just hatched, we don't know what they're going to be. So we're kind of hoping we have a rooster so we can have more.
That little cocky ass in there, I know he's a rooster. He's just running around biting me and stuff, and he's only like 4 days old.
I know.
You guys got to meet him.
I know, they're so cute. I'll put a picture on the YouTube of our babies. Maybe little videos of them.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Oh, I think we have guests today.
Are we going there already?
No. I'm just no, we're not. But I'm just in my mind. It's like, what's the agenda for today? We have so much because so much is going on. Because not only that, do we have the chickens going on, or what do you call them when they're babies? Pullets.
I call them baby chicks.
Yeah, well, whatever.
They're just so freaking cute.
They're my babies. So we also have torn down our entire fence.
Yes.
So that the tree people that never freaking showed up.
Wait, he said the middle of this week or the end of this week.
Okay,
so
it's
today's
Friday.
Friday right now.
And we also said we'll take the fence down last weekend. So that's part of the reason why we weren't here.
You've had your own business. You know how it goes. You
no,
get behind.
if you talk
but
to
yes, people. Communication is very big.
Unless you don't want to do it, and I think that's what he's doing.
But he's already commented. I mean, he texted me back the other day. So if he didn't want to do it, he could have not texted me then.
Wait a minute. Let's tell the audience. We texted him to find out a general idea. He said, okay.
No, he said, I'll be there.
Oh, that was the last thing. Okay.
Yeah. He said, I'll be there. Because I said, well, we just want to get the fence down before you get there.
I can tell you this. He's not here, and he hasn't been here.
But I will text him again before the weekend is up and make sure he's going to come Monday.
Well, you know what? The thing is, all right, so not only do we have the chickens, we have the dogs, we have the fence. We also have, it's planting season. You guys, I hope you're planting your own food. I mean, Misty, she thinks I'm crazy, but I really feel like they're going to use this food shortage thing somehow against us. I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, you better start learning how to like eggs. So,
Misty, tell them about my great invention of vinaigrette dressing.
Yeah, so because we're growing spinach, and he's like, we need to figure out how to do the vinaigrette dressing. So I look it up, and it's vinegar and oil.
I know, that's it.
That's it. That's all you need.
I don't want that shit they serve at Zaxby's. Oh, it's so good. It's vinaigrette,
well,
but it has...
Why don't we just go get a whole bunch of packets from Zaxby's?
Because you won't let me eat out.
You eat out all the time.
Are we going to go there on air?
Yeah.
We're going to have our first argument.
Okay, how many pizzas have we gotten since we've moved here?
We get one a week.
Every weekend.
Yes, that's
eating
tradition.
out.
People have traditions. Oh my God, people,
No,
please help me.
Right, I get it, but
I'm starving to death over here.
last weekend I found a piece of plastic in my pizza.
That's okay, take it out. Don't you
I
piss my
did.
pizza people off. I done
didn't.
told you.
I didn't.
You tip the pizza people,
no.
and you do not cuss them
that
out.
guy was a jerk to me.
I don't care. That's we lived so long without pizza delivery.
I think really.
I'm not going
you
there
know
again.
What? I've lived 45 years without pizza delivery.
No, there's one pizza place that delivers to this house, and you will not make them angry. I don't care
made them angry.
if they take a big dump. I will get somebody else. Don't make them angry. I will find out
haven't.
what I did and apologize. Is what I will do. I'm
I
not.
haven't made them angry yet.
That no tip day.
No. Okay. Well, I'm not
You
very
made me
good.
panic on the no
Listen,
tip day.
Listen, I downloaded the app for the pizza place, and I put in our address, but apparently it switched back to pickup. But it was supposed to be delivery.
That is
and
no
then,
reason to not deliver.
But the guy called Mike and was like, "Well, where are we delivering this at? It says we're delivering it to our place." He was kind of a jerk, and you know he was.
I don't care if he's
No,
a jerk. I
listen,
want pizza.
Listen, so I didn't know how to use the app, and I didn't know what I was doing apparently. And then I'm out there because the old person that lived here came up, and I had to open the gate, and I was trying to put it back, and he comes up, "Oh, looks like you're having trouble with that gate." I'm like, "Really? Why you gotta be such a jerk?"
No, don't say that to him.
I did not. But he gave me the pizza, and I took off.
Well, look, it's like this. Either you
So
be
I did not tip him on the app because I didn't know what I was doing, but now I know what I'm doing, and it's cheaper to just go pick the pizza up. So we don't need delivery.
You either have to be nice to him, or I have to take him behind the woodshed, because one way or the other, I'm
I don't
getting
think he
pizza.
works there anymore because apparently he's a jerk.
You're not hearing me. I'm telling you,
just
don't mess
saying.
with my pizza, dude.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just kidding, baby. It's a joke, but damn, don't mess with my pizza, though. You're gonna make me cry. All right, what else is going on? I'm sorry. What'd you do?
I have a cramp. Oh my gosh.
So we're gonna stop production because you have. I'm just kidding. You need to drink more water. Did you run today?
I did.
How far did you run?
7.
Oh.
7 miles.
Well,
7
you deserve
miles.
the cramp then.
Oh, what did I run last month? 113.
I drove 7 miles today.
Drove 70.
Shit, I drove about 700. I had one call today. I was 45 minutes away.
I know, that's crazy. I can't believe how big that county is.
All right, where are we at? Let's see. What's the topics of the day? So food shortages. I can't talk. Chris Rock got smacked. So let me get your opinion on that.
Okay. At first, the first time
I'm-
you showed me, all right, I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
The first time that you showed me, I'm like, this is real.
That's not real.
No,
It's
no,
fake
no,
as
listen.
hell.
You just asked me what my opinion was.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I felt, because you were like, I think it's a setup. And it really sounded real. And then as I keep watching it, hold on.
I'm listening.
Apparently, well, Chris Rock is going to be in Atlanta. His tickets are selling out really fast, and the prices have gone up. So
Well-
I think it's a publicity stunt.
You know what? I would agree with you, only though I'm looking at my phone right now, and you guys know I do so much prep work for this show. It is incredible. No, I'm just kidding. I do a lot of prep work, but
You do?
I do. You
No,
know
but
what?
I
Speaking
even-
of which, Psaki, what's her name? The presidential press secretary. What's her name? Jen Psaki. Jen
You're
Psaki.
asking me something I don't know.
Man, I tried to listen to her speak today, and I don't normally, but I just wanted to hear what's going on with,
The redheaded lady?
Yes. Every other word, and I wish you could pull it up. Every other word is, I understand that people use that as a way to
Think
take
about
time
things,
to think
yeah.
about what they're doing, but it's every other word.
But I also learned in drama, if you're going to be in front of people, you don't use the word,
When I say every other word, I'm saying 4 words do not go by without her saying, And I was just, and
But what is
and
this-
instead of listening to what she was saying, I was just focusing on how many times is she going to do it.
But what does this have to do with Chris
Oh,
Rock and Will
so
Smith? But I watched it in slow
You know me,
motion,
squirrel.
and it honestly doesn't look like
So it
Chris
just
Rock
came
gets hit.
breaking news from Yahoo News and CTV. Will Smith resigns from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science after slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. So that means no more Oscars for Will Smith. Although
Actually,
he did get one.
They should have took it away from him. Yes. They should have, because that was an assault, and he should have actually been escorted out after he
Dude, that
slapped him.
shit was so fake.
It doesn't matter. The thing of it is they're showing that violence is okay.
No, I'm a man. I know if I'm angry enough to strike you, I am not going to slap you like a little, can I say bitch? I am not going to slap you like a little bitch. If you're a man, you're in front of me, I'm going to hit you to where you will not hit me back.
But the thing of it is, it's still violence, slapping, hitting,
It
or
is,
whatever,
it is.
and
Right,
they should
it's
have
rigged.
escorted him out.
And did you see? Okay, so all right.
He laughed at the joke.
As a fighter, Will Smith, and you guys can watch this, he hit, and then both of his hands went to his left side at his waist.
I didn't pay no attention. To
I
that.
did, because I'm a fighter. But as soon as that happened, Chris Rock could have just tacked him 3 or 4 times and knocked him out right in the jaw.
Chris Rock was in shock.
But when a man gets hit, I'm telling you, something happens when you get hit. Something happens when there's a physical altercation. This little zzz,
But
this
maybe it's not
feeling.
all men.
It is all men.
I don't know.
Dude,
I'm not a man.
I've trained so many men. I
I'm
know.
not a man. I don't know.
If you can
But I think
control
if-
that emotion, you'll be the best fighter in the world.
Well, then Chris Rock controlled it.
No, he didn't.
Actually, I think he was just in shock.
No.
Or-
Will Smith is big as hell. I think he got scared for a
Somebody
little bit.
said if that was actually The Rock up there, Will Smith wouldn't have done that.
Who? Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah.
I
They said it
really
would have
think
been a
it's
different scenario.
because Chris Rock is sold out. Will Smith,
I think Will Smith
I
may
think
be
he
ready
wanted
to
out.
retire.
Yeah, I think he wanted out.
I mean, honestly, if his wife has got this condition, then he may need to stay home and take care of her. I don't know what the condition is and how bad it is and all that stuff. And so, I mean, it may be a point to where he needs to bail out for a while and be
Well,
with his family.
I mean, you don't want anybody making fun of your wife, and I can understand getting aggravated.
But he laughed.
I don't think he did. I think he
did.
tried. I think in his mind, he was trying to play it off, and then Chris Rock kept up. So I mean,
No,
if
no,
it is
they
real,
showed that he laughed.
I'm contradicting myself because I think it was rigged. But at first, I mean, it's Chris Rock. Will Smith is Will Smith, but Chris Rock is Chris Rock, and
They're both comedians.
he's telling a joke. Well, Will Smith really isn't a comedian.
Well, no, but he's Will Smith. Fresh
Anyway,
Prince of Bel-Air.
I'm sorry, we're getting off on a tangent, but I do
No,
have to
can't-
say
I
am.
can't tell if it's real or fake, but I will
My
say-
first instinct was like, oh shit. I ain't
Well,
gonna lie.
the reason why I say it could be a publicity stunt is because
'Cause it
Chris
worked.
Rock is on tour
Well, what's bad though, I do feel like
and his ticket sales are selling out, and they've actually went up on price.
yes, but let me ask you this. Of all the people that worked so hard, what did you get out of the Oscars? I don't know one person that won anything other than Will Smith getting that actor award.
I mean,
I don't know anything else that happened at the Oscars.
no, and it could have been a publicity stunt for the
It had to be.
Oscars. For the Oscars, so people would watch it next year. Oh, what's going to happen? Who's going to hit who?
You know what was funny though? They were having the producer. I've never seen they've always said who the producer was, but they gave the producer specials on like the news leading up to. Like
What do you mean?
Entertainment Tonight or something. He had the producer of the Oscars for this
Right.
event
Yeah.
was on a bunch of pre-shows, which was unusual. So when that happened, the first thing that
Who
hit me was
that? I saw him on something this morning. They were talking to him
that's what
about
I'm
the
saying.
Chris Rock thing.
How many times do you hear about a producer?
Well,
I'm
he
just saying
was-
this is so staged. I don't know. I feel like it, but
I
I could be
think
wrong.
it could be, but then
I
again,
also think the
who's it
government
staged
lies
by?
to us.
Who's it staged by? Oscars or Chris Rock?
I would have to say the producer.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
is it to do a publicity stunt
I
for
don't
the
know.
Oscars
All those
or
people
Chris
eat
Rock?
babies anyway, so I don't know.
That's gross. That is
So-
disgusting.
What else is going on? So we had that Jen Psaki,
Who?
the press secretary for the president.
Oh, see, I don't
Biden.
forgot what her name is.
Yeah. And
Oh, so on April Fool's Day, I played a joke on you.
oh my gosh. Well, first of all, set the story up because the first thing I'm thinking is you was cheating. So Misty sent me a picture on our table of a pregnancy test. Speaking of which, where is that pregnancy test?
Story blocks.
Are you shitting me? Man, you are getting good at that stuff.
That was all Photoshop, dear.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
So she took
I'll show you the original picture.
So she took a picture of, wow, I'm impressed.
I took a picture of our kitchen table, and there was a picture online of a pregnancy test with a woman holding it.
And you cut all that out?
I cut the pregnancy test out and the thumb that was on there.
Wow. Okay.
And then I even put a shadow in there.
I thought you went and bought some shit for.
No, I actually was thinking about it, but I was like, wait, it's too late for it to come in. Because I think they have fake ones that you could do.
Wow. I'm impressed.
So anyways, I sent a picture to him, a pregnancy test. Okay, well, he's fixed. He can't produce anymore.
As my kids say, I'm neutered.
And I can't because I guess I'm just too old. My eggs are probably rotten at this point.
No, they're not. Them are beautiful eggs.
But, well, thank you, dear. And then so he was like, that ain't mine. I'm like, yeah, it is.
No, I sit there. First, I looked at it for a second. I was like, I got a little excited. I'm not going to lie. Because, I love me some babies. And then I was like, I'm just sitting here thinking, I was like, pregnant? And then I started getting a little excited. Because, I never went and got tested after I got the operation.
Oh, you're supposed to get tested?
Well, the thing is, all right.
I mean, I don't know how that works, so.
Well, all right, so I guess I can talk about this for the guys. You're supposed to go
please do.
In this little room. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm maybe a little too country, but you're supposed to go up to the doctor's office. They give you, and I don't even really know if it's true because I never could do it. You're supposed to go and masturbate into this cup and hand the stuffy stuff to the nurse. I'm like, hell no, there's no way I could ever do this. No. I was like, you know what? We're just gonna have to chance it. I don't mind babies that bad. So I was like, hey, no way in hell I'm doing that.
So you've never done that at a doctor's office?
No, that's just, what? You have?
No, we don't have to get asked to do that at a doctor's office. They don't give us pictures of naked men and...
How would you like to be that nurse? It's like, I know that dude's in there beating off.
I always wondered how we would, how guys would feel about doing that in a little small room.
I'm not doing it in any room, anywhere. And I'm definitely not. No, hell no. All right.
And then looking at all these magazines that these other guys have looked at and
touched with it, and they're holding their penis. No, hell no. All right. Oh, you got me
you're
hot.
getting hot. You're taking your clothes off.
I know, right? No, that's what they want you to do at the doctors. I think they got to have cameras in there, and they're using that shit against people. They're like, I got you. I seen that face you make. I seen them toes curled up in them shoes.
All right, so guess what? We have some guests that wanted us to call them.
All right, I'm ready.
So you ready to do this?
Yes. Okay, let's do it.
Let's call.
All right, I'm going to call. Oh, it's ringing.
That mine's ringing, or yours is ringing. All right, so this is Mike and Missy, and who are we talking to?
Nathan and Casey. Casey can introduce herself if you want, Casey.
Hey, I'm Casey.
Hey, Casey.
So how y'all doing?
Doing
Pretty
well.
good.
All right, so I'm trying to figure out how to do not disturb on my phone.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
All right.
So.
Wait, are they still there?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good.
So,
Wait, I have a question.
Go for it.
All right. So you guys, how long have y'all been married?
That was my question.
Oh. Great minds think alike.
A year and a half.
Oh.
A year and a half.
Newbies.
So a year and a half.
Yes, October 2020. We got married.
Oh, nice. Halloween babies.
Yeah, don't ask the exact day because we can't remember.
All right, so y'all been married.
Oh, yeah, you sound nice.
Almost 2 years then.
Sounds sexy.
Oh, He has a sexy voice too.
He does. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so so where we're at? So you guys been married a year and a half. Congratulations.
You want to give them a question or two about
No.
being newlyweds?
No, I don't want to give them a question yet.
Oh,
Although,
okay.
all right, just
So what's on your mind, Mike?
I want to talk to Nathan for a second. Casey, you're more than welcome to chime in. Actually,
Oh, are you going to
No,
talk to him
go
about
for
what
it,
we were
Nate.
just talking about?
Yes. All right. So
Okay.
Nathan, we were just
This is a man
talking.
thing.
So, did you get a vasectomy?
No, not yet. Casey's hounding me to get one.
All right. Do you know what the procedure is for getting a vasectomy?
Yes, I've Googled it. I'm terrified.
I will tell you this. When I got mine, you know that little hook they put in there to grab the cord?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the cord had a gap in it. So the doc pulled it and got it all stretched, you know? And then it had a gap in it. So my little cord slipped through the gap. And the doctor got angry and threw the whatever that tool is called across the room and told the nurse, I told you not to put these back in here.
Oh my God.
So I had an angry doctor down there with my duty flotchies. So
And you're not seeing any of this, right? Because they put a little sheet in front of you, so you have no idea what he's talking about, except that it's bad.
Oh no, I've seen all of it.
Oh, you're sitting up?
Yeah.
Why would
All
you
they do
sit
is
up?
look. They
What,
take.
what did they put a mirror in front of you so you can watch it?
No, they lay you're sitting kind of up a little bit, but they just put this rubber mat over you and pull your testicles
Oh, no.
through the rubber mat. It's like a little hole in the rubber
You're,
mat. And they just
you're
pop them
scaring
through.
him.
Side note, I have to say this. So when Casey is going into labor, the nurse came up and she said, do you want us to bring in a mirror so that you can watch the whole process?
Are you serious?
We were like,
Yes,
no,
it
no,
was
no.
Hell no, not just no, but hell no.
They didn't ever ask me that. I'm glad.
There-
They
was like
didn't
10
ask with our
questions
first
for it.
kid.
Maybe it's a new thing. I don't know.
I seen a baby's head one time, and I was.
So, were you going to ask him about the...
Yes, I am. Okay, so the procedures. I'm sorry, squirrel, but so do you know about the after procedure?
Other than it's painful, no.
It's not that painful. I drove to Pennsylvania after I got it. But they do swell. Ice is your best friend. And matter of
Oh my
fact,
God.
not just ice, the crushed ice. Don't even get the hard ice because you don't want the
Squirrel.
hard ice touching
Squirrel.
it. All right, yes, squirrel. So after you get the operation, to ensure that it took or it worked, you're supposed to go back to the office. Do you know what you're supposed to do there?
Yes.
Can you do it?
I would assume so.
I couldn't. I can't. I've never been tested. I can't do it. So wait, you're gonna
Misty
go.
can't go to help you?
What's that?
Misty can't go and help you?
I have no idea. Are you
I
gonna
know,
go and help?
Like, I would be like, I'll just go in and help him out.
What's it, just a sex hotel?
I mean, why would you not let your wife in there? I don't understand that.
Exactly.
Instead of
I-
looking
I
at some
don't know.
strange girl that other guys have been doing their thing with.
So you're supposed to touch this room. You know this stuff is flying everywhere. You're supposed to flip the pages on this. I don't understand. I couldn't do it. So
He
good luck
gets
with that.
grosses out easily.
So, but then, all right. So once you've done the deed, congratulations on that. Then you have to take this warm little cup to this lady and hand it to her. It's like, here.
Awkward.
I know I can't do it.
But I mean, like, how could you sit in that room knowing they're outside waiting for you?
Yeah, is it a soundproof room? Oh my God.
Or is there a
Well, I
hidden
mean-
camera?
To be honest, though, I think women have it worse. If you think about it, like women, we go into an office, we take our clothes off, and we have someone all up inside us, while everyone on the outside knows they
Right.
know what's going on in there.
Yes.
So I think it's just men. You're just not comfortable with it because it's not something you have to deal with
Like
all the
once
time.
a year.
No, you can't say that because you don't have, what do you call it? Sperm?
We don't
Jizz?
have sperm.
Yes, you don't have that. So how are you supposed to? You can't hand anything that you're.
No,
afterwards.
look, he asked. He goes, "Have you ever done that?" I said, "We don't have to. We don't have to do that to see if we're. I don't know. Maybe after a hysterectomy, we're supposed to. I don't know
Yeah.
how that works,
Yeah.
but
You don't go in a room and provide the doctor with eggs when you walk
Exactly.
out.
no, we don't.
Not the same.
No, but we do get our inside scraped out. Like you guys, you have a happy ending when you think about it. For us, like we go in and we're tortured. and
Right, but we
do it
have to
once a
take the
year.
proof and give it to someone.
Well, you never did, so
And then-
apparently you don't actually have
And then,
to.
okay, so I have another question. I mean, I'm sorry. This has bothered me for years. I've never. Okay, so, how long do you spend in the room? Do you go in there for 2 minutes and then come out? She's like, oh, well, that was fast.
Or you go in there 10 minutes and it's like, man, I want
Yeah,
to be
do
with
you
that
look
dude.
at Twitter for a little bit because you
know,
don't want to
right?
be subconscious about it?
It's like, well, does she care? I mean, what? I don't know. I just can't do it.
That
Good luck
would be
with that.
awkward. Yeah, have fun with that. now
Actually-
that we got y'all scared, people are out there
Yeah,
listening
absolutely.
to you.
No, I don't think Nathan doesn't have fear in his voice.
Oh,
All right,
I mean, I'm terrified. I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, it's not that bad. Other than they will shave you if you're not shaven already. But and then
Just think of it this way. Casey has had 2 children,
Exactly.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
This is true.
and that's
I've
just
been-
a
I've
little
been through worse.
nick, and that's 9 months. And
But I think women, you were born for that. I mean, that is your
Yes,
that is
that
the
is
gift
true.
that you have, and men are not used to people.
messing with their stuff.
Yeah,
Mutilating us? Yeah. That's what you're asking here, Casey.
It's only a small incision.
Okay. Well, to be fair, I was mutilated by our son's head coming out of my vagina.
Thank you.
It's not.
I have to agree with her. It's the
And
trade-off
that was
is
a longer, and the
That's-
recovery time was way longer.
Yeah, it's like we got 9 months of carrying the child, then however long the labor lasts, and then
well, I still have this fear of women anyway. Anything that bleeds for 5-7 days straight and doesn't die, I'm scared of.
it's a different type of bleeding.
So
Oh, geez. What an opening.
I know,
love it.
right? That kill y'all's
Welcome.
nerves.
welcome to Let's Talk About Squat. You talk about anything or talk about nothing. So what's
There
up
it
with
is.
you guys? You guys have any fears, concerns?
Fears and concerns about what? Doing this podcast?
No.
Vasectomy.
Oh, wait,
No,
I
I'm
have a
just joking.
political call. Hold
No,
on.
about life. No, just leave it.
How do I undo? Oh, decline. Get off my
Yeah.
phone, fool.
Like,
So,
about
do not
life.
disturb does not stop.
Call
Calls
political
from
Do
calls.
not
Yeah.
disturb just doesn't ring, I don't think.
It doesn't work for political calls
Doesn't,
either.
doesn't ring, doesn't vibrate.
So do y'all have fears about life?
Fears about life. Babe, I'm sorry, babe. Did you want to go first?
No, I was just gonna say, why don't you tell them what you've been going through with the this whole COVID stuff?
Oh, yeah. I've got the. Oh, yeah. Y'all laugh, but I've got the long COVID thing. So I've had brain fog and just tons of other stuff for like 7 months now.
I've heard
So-
that brain fog is miserable.
Yeah, I went to the regular doctor. He had no idea what it was. So then I went to the cardiologist. He had no idea. They were like, "Your heart's fine," which is great news. Not dying
That
of,
is good
of any
news,
heart
yeah.
disease. And then I went to a neurologist, and he was like, "Oh, it's just anxiety. Here's some anxiety meds." And so
Oh, nice.
then I went back. Yeah, then I went back 2 days ago. And he was like, "Yeah, so when I first started seeing you, I had 2 patients with brain fog, and now I have 33.
Oh wow.
So he's like, I've been looking around and reading, talking to colleagues and everything. And he's like, the only thing that seems to fix it is time. So he says 6 to 12 months. I
You know
was
what
like, great.
kills me about doctors?
They don't know what they're doing.
I know. And you know what he did? He went in his office, and I do the same shit too. He went in there and YouTubed it. That's what he did.
Absolutely. I hear the exact same thing. So doctors, even your general practice, what is it? Your GP,
PCP.
he'll go in there. Yeah, he'll go in there and you'll have all these symptoms and he'll leave, go to a computer, look some stuff up. And he's like, you know what? I think it's this.
Yeah, shit,
Yeah.
I can do that. They're making what?
Yeah, but they're the ones that will give you medicine.
I'll
YouTube
give you
does
some
not.
shit that'll make you feel better. I'll send you
Whiskey.
to the corner. I don't care.
Send you to the corner.
How bad do you want to get rid of this?
Yeah, it's like we can take the immediate dose, or we can string it out a while. You get some time off from work.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, life worries. I'm kind of worried about what the world's going to look like when I get old. Like, my parents are retired, and this is a great time to be retired. I feel like, things are a little crazy at the moment, but things get crazy in waves. But with the amount of people on Earth, you know how many people are going to be on Earth when I'm getting ready to retire? If I ever want to go down to the beach, you know how many people are going to be living at the beach?
There's no
How
beach.
wild
There's
is it
no
gonna
beach
be?
property left.
Is there
down.
going to be a beach
Oh,
with the
there'll be-
ocean rising?
Hell, you might be beachside if you
We
live
might-
anywhere near the coast.
I mean, you might be beachside where you're living.
there you go. The beach
I
might
mean,
come to me.
It
That's
might.
right.
I mean, who knows?
Got to look the glass half full. So,
I guess that's my fear.
well, the thing is, the World Economic Forum. I don't talk politics or
yes, he
anything,
does.
but
Constantly.
they're trying to depopulate the Earth, so you may not have nothing to worry about if you make it.
I mean, is that true though? With all the bills that they're trying to pass with making it illegal to get abortions. I mean,
No, they're
it's
trying
like,
to kill the old people off.
Oh, well, that should have been COVID.
I don't think they're
That
gonna
was
kill these
actually
people.
COVID.
They created
The old
COVID
people are
to
paying the
kill all the
bills.
old people.
No, the old people died during COVID, and now there's this new tick thing out that's going to probably get all our age group.
No, they're not going to do it. You know what's going to happen? They're going to have this freaking war. That's going to take out half the population right there if we survive.
So, Casey, what's your biggest fear in life?
Yeah, she cuts me off when she don't
I
want to
do.
talk about it.
No, he goes squirrel.
I mean, honestly, I really don't have any fears. I mean, dying, of course. You know what? I take that back. Okay, my biggest fear is thinking about Trace and Jensen growing up without me. My biggest
Right.
fear is just dying, and then me not being able to see them grow up and get married and have kids. And
That's my fear.
Well, we don't have to get all that kind of fear on us. We all
No, because I was a single mom until my son was 12, and I'm like, I don't want to die and him have nobody.
right,
And
And-
plus I want to see him grow up.
right. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's scary to think about. I love Trace. He's 8 years old, and I hate to think about if I got into a car accident and then Jensen would never
No, yeah.
know everything that Trace is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
No,
Well,
that's a good fear. I mean, that's my
we all
fear.
have that fear, but we were kind of talking about Misty has to pull the sheets off the bed every night to make sure there's no bugs in there. That
Yes.
kind of fear, not
No.
that
Wrong
fear.
answer, Casey. Wrong answer.
No, it was
No,
perfect.
because
Try
that's my
again.
fear too. But I mean, have y'all not ever woken up and there's a dead spider in your bed or something?
Oh, let me tell you. So when they built this house that we're in, we have a vent that basically splits our bed right above us.
Oh,
And one night, you know those little bugs? They're like little bitty bugs. They look like they got pinchers on their butt.
yeah,
Y'all seen those?
yeah.
Yeah, one of
Scorpion?
them dropped through the... No. It's not a scorpion, but it's like a little bitty bug. Anyways, I think they call them like water bug.
I know what
not
you're
like
talking about.
roaches.
I've seen
Oh,
them. They're little
palmetto
black.
bug.
They're little black bugs.
No, not that.
They're
They're
weird
like
looking.
skinny. They're skinny. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, any
one
bug.
of them dropped from the vent. Yeah. And I jumped out of bed. I'm like, super dark. It's like, what is it? I was like, there's a bug in the bed. As soon as I said bug, Casey jumped out of the bed.
Shit, I'd have ran through the window. So
yeah.
I could actually see that.
I hate
Yeah.
But I do want to say one thing really quick. Casey was talking about, or you were talking about depopulation, whatever. Depopulation. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the word.
Yeah.
I was doing a little bit of show prep. I know you mentioned Elon Musk. I know that's your boy.
That's my
So
boy.
he was saying that the three things, and he is pretty smart, like you said. The three things that he's scared of is declining birth rate and like something about AI going wrong and then religious extremism. But I had to go and look up declining birth rate. And did you know that that's a real thing that's going on? Mainly fertility is going down.
But do you know?
It's because of all these COVID shots.
No, what I heard, and this, you have to fact check it, or YouTube will, or whoever. But, so like Misty, you take birth control, correct? Apparently, your
Sure,
body
let's-
does not process it entirely, and it goes back through the toilet and back into the water system,
This is true.
and it survives that, and then it's in our drinking water. So basically, everybo's on birth control. And dudes are on
This is true.
estrogen. That's why my high-pitched tone is so high these days.
Is that why you're getting emotional?
I think it's why I'm crying in movies these days.
Yeah, so they're saying that's a thing, and I was looking at it like the charts. It's saying that we're starting to slowly go backwards, and men's fertility is going down, and so that's kind of sketchy.
That is. It's in our water. It's in the meat.
I think a lot of it has to do with education and video games, and boys ain't being boys no more, and girls ain't being girls. And we got them all locked up because you can't let your kids go outside. You can't let them go out in the yard to go play, ride their bike anymore till the sun goes down.
Yeah, I know.
I will say that that's one thing that I love about this neighborhood that we're in. I mean, we're at the very end of the neighborhood. There's only one way in and one way out.
Right.
And so
Don't give our location away.
I'm
in
not.
Nebraska.
But
Yeah, in Nebraska, yeah.
yeah. So, and there's like little boys around Trace's age. Should I be saying his name, by the way? I know you can edit this out, but
That's fine.
okay. But yeah, in our neighborhood, there's little boys around his age. And so they go out into the yard, they kick the ball, throw the football, ride the bikes. Now, Nathan does have to get onto them because they don't know how to stay out of the flower bed. But
Boys will be boys.
Exactly. And they like to climb on the fence and everything. But it's perfect because it feels like when I was young, when I was able to go outside and ride my bikes and play with the
Right.
balls and like not fear being kidnapped.
Yeah. It's those white vans.
Right, but there's only one thing that's going to ruin that neighborhood.
What's that?
The white van.
A girl.
That is
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I've been waiting for it. Yeah, we've got either old people or people young like us with young kids. And
Yeah.
one of our neighbors, he's about to move out, so I'm curious to see who's going to be moving in.
It's going to be some young girl
Yeah.
around his age, and then he's going to be like, screw y'all.
Then
little
all the
Oh,
boys
boys."
are
no.
going to start fighting, and then
I
everybody's
thought
going
it
to
was-
want to play with Angela.
Oh, she
God.
has a name. Angela.
I've named her for you.
Poor Angela.
Poor Angela.
That's your future daughter-in-law, Angela.
Oh, God, no.
No, but that's cool though that you guys do have that.
Yeah, I had that when
It's
I was
rare
a child,
now.
but
I had it too. I mean, I still miss it.
well, we could go
Well,
ride our
yeah.
bikes in the neighborhood if you want.
Well, yeah, but now I'm lazy, so.
True.
Yeah, I know at the house we used to live at, it was like I felt bad for Trace because when I would get off work, I'm exhausted. Like I don't want to go outside and play.
Right.
He was not allowed to go in the front yard, and I would go on the back porch and like watch him jump on the trampoline, and he was always like, "Mom, come do this and come do that." And I'm like, "I just need you to have someone to play with." And so
Right.
when we moved here,
Exactly.
it was just I was nervous though because I was working from home. I remember taking my laptop out and I was sitting in the garage and he was riding his bike up and down. Like I refused to let him out of my sight. Now
Yeah.
we've been here for like
We
a
even
year,
did that
I'm
when
like,
the
"Just
kids
go."
would play too.
Yeah.
Even
I
when the
mean-
kids would be playing out there, we'd have to sit on the front porch and we'd sit there and we're like, man, it's getting late. It's getting late. Now these kids are playing till like 9 o'clock in the afternoon, you know.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
at
you got to
night.
build that trust up with them. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong
Right.
with watching them and stalking them for a while.
Yep.
That's awesome. So yeah, you guys moved in the right neighborhood.
Absolutely. I didn't want to, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, do y'all have any questions for us? Y'all want to talk about anything?
I have questions for them.
I think
I have
Nathan
show
has
notes.
something.
Don't be nervous.
I
It's
wrote a
okay.
couple quick things down. What did you write down, Casey?
I didn't write down anything. I
You
don't
guys
care.
actually did prep. Heck, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Hey man, I gotta be ready. This is an official podcast. This is legit.
It is.
I
We are
listened to the
legit.
show from before. You were talking about Ukraine and all the news you talk, and the first thing I said was, "Man, their voices sound great. We're gonna sound terrible over the phone."
No, you actually don't.
Actually, y'all
we
sound good.
have the right equipment, my friend.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I wrote down Will Smith, gas prices, tornadoes, and Bitcoin.
All right, so
Pick
Will
one.
Smith.
All right.
There
Well,
you go.
we talked about Will Smith a minute ago. So, what do you think about the whole scenario?
You go first, Casey.
I think Jada is dragging this man down. She is the worst thing that's happened to him. That's just my opinion. He is, in my opinion, like, I don't know him personally. I just feel like, he's a really great guy. He's done a lot of great movies. He's always presented himself very well. And then apparently all of a sudden they have an open relationship and drug him on her Red Table Talk, and it was so cringeworthy. It's like, why would you make him do this? I mean, it was just ugh. And then now this, it just, I don't know. To me, he just needs to move on with his life.
Well, they did have an open relationship for a while.
They still have an open relationship.
Do they?
This is nasty.
That is gross.
It's like going to the doctors after a vasectomy.
But did they have the open relationship before everyone knew it or after?
Gosh, it's been like 20 years ago. They had, or 50. I don't know how long ago. It was pretty much when they first
I think
started.
it became out in public in the last couple of years, though. But they've had the open relationship, and everyone didn't know about it.
But is it because of him or is it because of her? I mean, he is Will Smith.
I think it was her.
I mean, it ain't
I don't know.
he's going to spend many Friday nights on set alone.
I think my biggest thing about everything is you kind of just close the door or otherwise open the door, not to get all political and everything, but when Trump ran for president, Trump made it popular to be able to say whatever you want whenever you want.
Right.
And now all these politicians can do it. So he opened the door for that, right?
Yeah.
So Will Smith going up and slapping a comedian in the face at a big time event because he didn't like what they said, possibly just open the door for that to ever happen again anytime. Or in a comedy club, somebody, the comic really is ribbing a guy, and then he can just go up there and punch him in the face,
They actually
So it was like another door opened.
They actually arrested somebody at Chris Rock's thing last night because of that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. I was like, they just showed everybody that violence is okay. They should have escorted Will Smith out, and he should have never won an award.
That whole thing was fake as hell. The whole thing was fake.
And then afterwards, he gets on
think
stage,
so.
accepts his award, and he's like, I do everything for love, and love makes you do crazy things, and I was sent by God to spread this love. Like, get out of here,
God doesn't
dude.
smack Chris Rock, though.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Jada might.
I mean, I think it could have been real, but I also think it could have been a
No, it was fake as hell.
publicity
Because
stunt.
as a man, Nathan, you're a man. All right, so when he slapped him,
So if Mike came up and just slapped you because you said something about me, what would you feel?
you'll be 2 seconds of shock. Even if
I'm
that.
asking Nathan.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
You know what? Honestly, I have no idea. And Mike, you can admit that you'd have no idea what you would do.
Oh, I do
Oh,
know
many
exactly
Mike
what
was
I
a
would
How
do.
many
fighter,
people? How many people were in that room?
You know what? It's
Which
not.
just-
It's not the point. So I was a fighter, and so the first thing I seen when I seen this happen was, first of all, Will Smith did not make eye contact with Chris, because as a fighter, as somebody that's in an altercation, it's natural instinct to lock eyes. So he looked away, and both of his hands went down to his waist. You can watch the replay. And at that point, Chris Rock, in my opinion, could have smacked the shit out of him and knocked him out, actually. But
but he was man enough not to.
I think it was staged, and he did that overly dramatic hand wave, that put his arm was straight the entire time down to his. I don't know. In my opinion, it was staged.
Looked like
But
a
if
judo
it-
chop.
If
Like
it was staged, though,
he got him good.
And another thing, if you're going to go up and actually physically assault a man, you're not going to slap him like a little girl. You're going to punch the shit out of him.
I mean,
Who slaps somebody?
you're a fighter. They teach you don't punch. You don't use bones against bones.
Oh yeah, no,
That looked
that's
like
what
a
makes
judo
cuts. No.
Yep. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think it was staged, and I say that only because, first you saw Will laughing at the joke. If it was
Right.
staged, he wouldn't have laughed. He would have immediately gotten up. And I feel like he laughed. He saw how pissed off Jada was, and then that's when he was like, "Okay, I got to go handle business now."
Right.
And went up there, and then also the way he reacted after the fact.
Right, the
Like,
after
if-
the fact is what got me. You're
the
right.
look on
that
his
was-
face.
Right, exactly. Like that to me, unless he is a brilliant actor, I will say that. But either he's way too good, or or it was faked.
The reason why I think it could be a publicity stunt is because Chris Rock is on tour, and his ticket sales are selling out, and they've jumped the price.
Yep.
That's
a
why
good
I would
point.
think it would be a
But
publicity stunt.
I did just get over my phone. You know, I'm hooked to those news outlets, and Will Smith had just quit the Oscars. He just quit the awards ceremony. So
I don't know.
who
So
knows?
I mean, so that kind of tells you that it was not
He
staged.
Right.
he quit them. What do you mean he quit them?
yeah,
he's
he
not gonna pay
resigned
his
from the.
fees anymore.
Yeah,
And
Oh
he
my
was
God, that's
probably-
like somebody saying, "You can't fire me. I quit."
I know, right?
Come on now.
or he was asked to bow out. Like, you know, whenever
Yeah.
old guys with the company, they're like, look, guy, we're going to have to let you go, but why don't you just
Forced to
retire?
resign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like,
Well, they should have took him out.
yeah, no, yeah, they
Absolutely.
should have definitely escorted him out. And
well, they
then,
damn sure shouldn't have given him an award right
No,
after.
they
absolutely,
shouldn't have.
no, absolutely not.
It's just showing everybody they can have violence, like Nathan said. It
Right,
opens that
I
door
agree.
for violence.
Well,
I would've
violence
liked
is
to have
always
seen-
an option. Just
I-
look at Russia right now.
I would like to
mean,
have
that's-
seen Dwayne Johnson up there and Will Smith go smack him.
They said next
Oh,
year
dude.
Mike Tyson's going to host the awards.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my God.
Mike Tyson, no.
That's what they said. Actually, you couldn't understand anything he said. I can't understand.
He's
him.
old now.
Hey, I think he's my age. Hey, slow
I don't
down
know.
there, Tyler.
All right, what else you got, Nathan?
Bitcoin.
I don't know anything about Bitcoin.
I don't know anything about
Bitcoin. I was actually about to write on their housing market, but I ran out of time. I got a call from you.
Oh, sorry about that. So housing
But
market.
the housing market is really crazy right now. And Casey and I, we were looking at some graphs, and just for the luck of it, we bought our house at the exact right time. It was the scariest time we could ever have bought it because we thought the world was ending. We were actually really scared because we thought the world was ending with coronavirus. We bought it in March of 2020.
Oh wow,
We
yeah.
closed on the house the day before Alabama locked down.
Yeah.
And so we bought our house literally on the graph before housing prices skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Well, we bought ours
So
right in
now-
the midst of it. So
We
Yeah,
did.
and so it's just a weird housing market, and we missed the refinance kind of window where we could have gotten a better rate and kind of
Yeah, the
possibly
rates are
cashed
going
out a
up.
little bit. But I don't know, man. I think there's a bubble coming, guys.
I know.
Alright,
It's,
Misty,
it's
you're
great if you own a home, but
I don't.
you're an
think
agent,
so.
aren't you, Misty?
I am a real estate agent.
I think
so-
it's going to continue to go up, and I tell you
for a
why.
while, but it has to go back down.
Do you know that foreign countries own over 800 million acres of American land?
I
Who?
believe it.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
China
Foreign.
is buying it up.
The government is buying up all these houses.
That's
rent
not
out.
the
Well,
government.
Well, they need
That's
to fix them
BlackRock.
up. They honestly though, if you I know they're building a lot of new houses in our area, but the way that Georgia looks right now, it is just so disheartening. Like,
Yeah.
why they're spending all this money on stuff that honestly isn't helping that city, when they just need to go in the neighborhood, and even if they have to demolish it, just demolish the neighborhood and build the new houses for the people that already live there. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
But you say Georgia, like the whole state. You mean just Columbus, right?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Just
Because I mean, Georgia's a lot nicer than Alabama.
Well, I'll tell you.
And
I'll tell you my theory on that. So cities like Columbus and Atlanta and Savannah. Savannah not so much because Savannah's, that's beach property. But Macon's another one. So, because we do keep up with the real estate. And you can buy property in Albany, Macon, Columbus for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm talking about right there in the middle of the city
'Cause we've
for
actually looked.
40,000 or unheard of
fixer-uppers.
prices, and it's not getting any better. So my thought on this is they're doing something to these areas to make people not want to live there, and they're going those homes like that. I don't know if they're just purposely dilapidating them because there's no floors, there's no roof. They're just
gentrification.
So what I've heard, and I don't know this to be true, just I didn't research it, but they're going to take and make multi-family like apartment complexes and multiple floors housing, and they're trying to put people into these small cities. They're going to buy up all the houses once they're empty, and then build a giant structure there, and they're going to try to get the population to move towards the cities. With they're going to lure them with free internet and things of that nature. I don't know. And, the healthcare is going to be better and whatnot.
Yeah, it's classic gentrification. I mean, you get, certain areas are really nice growing up, and then as they get older, the houses are less appealing. So the wealthier people move out and the poorer people move in, and then before you know it, the wealthier people are like, we should clean this area up. So they just let these areas die off until, they start just telling people, hey, we want to move you over here so we can fix this area back up. And it's just a constant cycle.
Well, yeah, because West End in Atlanta, where I originally was at, you wouldn't walk down the street. If the street lights came on, people ran like roaches. It was the opposite of the daylight. If it got night, everybody ran. And now it's one of the nicest places that you will ever go to.
Right.
But you're right. It does go in cycles, and that could be a cycle that they're in.
Well, I was reading a couple real quick. I was reading a couple articles, and I know you're a real estate agent. And have y'all seen the movie The Big Short?
Yeah.
About the 2008 housing bubble.
Well, I have. Because I love the stock market, although I suck at it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, we actually watched it recently. But the what is the loans that these were getting, the variable interest rate loans that they were all getting? I was just reading an article that the increasing the housing prices with the raising interest rates, the new variable interest rate loans have shot up 12% in the past month.
So people
are starting to get these. Yes, these people are starting to get these loans again, and that is what hit or caused the 2007, 2006 housing bubble. And so there's these people that are going to get these houses that are $300,000 on a variable interest rate, and they go in paying 3% every year, and then all of a sudden it hits jumps up to 8-10%, and that's kind of scary, man.
Was it the 70s or 80s? I don't know. I was a child. I was like 16 or 17 years old. I was working at this hotel. My boss's kid bought a house, and we helped him move in. And I got there, and I was surprised to see it was a mobile home. So we helped him move in, and we were just standing out in the yard talking. And he had that variable interest rate, and it started out at 8%. 6 months later, he was paying 14% and couldn't afford the payment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So,
and this was back. I remember my parents paying like 18%.
Oh, God,
that's what my parents said.
Like in the 80s.
That's what my parents said in the 80s. Yeah, after the financial crisis. Yep.
Yeah.
But I think the structure on the loans were different.
But my dad in 2016 and 17, his house payment was like $200 or $300.
Right. I think it was
after refinancing
the dollar
so many
was worth
times.
more as well.
I'm like, man, to have a house payment of $200 and something bucks right now, people would love it.
So let's give Nathan the floor for a minute. I want to hear his thoughts on Bitcoin.
Oh, guys, I don't want to come and run this whole podcast.
No.
I had some ideas.
Just real quick, and then we'll let the girls take it. They got to have something about boys or something they want to talk about.
About boys.
So Casey and I had this, first of all, my college roommate, my best friend, Wamba, he's from Tanzania, and he is really big in crypto. And he's, kind of shoves it down my throat all the time about crypto this, Bitcoin that, and all this stuff.
In a good way.
In a good way. But he did all the other little coins, and then he just scrapped it and said, look, man, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. This is what you should do. So Casey and I talked about it, and we said we should really look at least diversifying. So we decided, at least for me, I would do the full percentage of my 401k match that my company is matching, so I can get all the free money. And anything else I wanted to put into 401k, I would just start putting into Bitcoin. So I'm starting to buy some Bitcoin. And the idea to me is starting to make more and more sense about Bitcoin, especially since there's only 21 million, I believe, that can be created. And so that solves inflation. It's not like the government. The government right now is just printing money. They run out of money. Their solution is print more money. And that devalues the dollar. And that's what's getting us into this issue with inflation and everything. So everything's going digital. It only makes sense that there's going to be a digital currency.
There is going to be a digital currency. I agree with you. And there's already 2 digital currencies that you need to be concerned about. And one is the Chinese digital currency. and one is the American currency that's coming out. So
But-
they've already developed it. So I agree with you with Bitcoin. There's only so much. It's just like gold. There's only so much. That's what makes it valuable. There's only so much silver. Actually, there's less silver than anything. I don't know why it's the cheapest metal, but
Exactly.
I feel like if they do, because the whole Russia-China thing, they're trying to make their own world order, and they're of course they're against NATO. But if they institute this digital coin, which is not going to be Bitcoin backed, it's going to be gold backed, and then at that point they're going to do away with the Bitcoin. So that's my fear. It's too volatile for me. I don't know how you watch those swings. I would have a heart attack every day. But I guess you don't watch those swings. Yeah.
No, it's just like if you looked at Bitcoin, if you looked at the stock market and you looked at Bitcoin and put them right beside each other, what's the thing that looks the same? They all go up over time. Now, yes,
that
it's way
swing
more
from
volatile.
60,000 to 30,000,
But
from
you want to tell them
30,000 to
about
3,000.
Movie Pass?
Oh my God. So Misty and I, and when it's in a 401k, you're right. It's out of sight, out of mind, but that's still your money. So I took my money from my checking account and I bought a bunch of stocks. I invested.
Did y'all ever hear of Movie Pass?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
All right. So my wife, my loving, beautiful wife sitting beside me, decided that this is the best thing since sliced bread.
It was.
So we bought all of it and we were making a killing. And I was out in the garden. We had a farm, and I was out plowing, and my phone kept vibrating. I didn't know what it was, but it was my app telling me that I needed to sell. And I was like, I didn't pay any attention to it. It went from $6 a share, and I think we had 1,200 shares,
I don't remember.
to $250,
I said, it'll go back up.
and it went to negative.
They're
What was
out
it?
of business now.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
So what it was you could go to the movies for free, but the only thing was it was a great thing for us, but they
Not
were
for the
making
theaters.
they were paying $10 a ticket. It was the dumbest thing I
So
ever seen. Once
not-
I actually seen what they were doing.
So not everything goes back up, is what my point was.
Oh, I tell you what sucks though. What Misty doesn't even know is I had oil at $36 a share. It went down to $12.
And he sold.
I panicked. I sold it. Now it's $147.
Yeah,
Oh, Nathan's done that so many times. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm out.
yeah.
So how about this? In the pandemic, I got into what is the app called? Robinhood.
Yes.
And we wound up coming up on top. When I say on top, I mean we made a couple $1,000s, which was great for us because we had never done it before. But we bought some shares in, I don't remember what it was, but one morning we wake up and it's up 90%.
Wow.
And so we're up $6,000. And I'm so happy because $6,000 is a lot. It's a lot to us.
It's a lot to
And
me.
so we're up $6,000. I have a dentist appointment. I go into the dentist appointment. It's up 93%. I'm ecstatic. Go into the dentist appointment. Come out of the dentist appointment. It's up 20%. And I panicked and I sold. I was livid.
Yeah, I know.
But-
I've been there. That's the.
But see,
it's
we've
all
never had
emotional
it.
game.
We've never had it go up. It was more like it would always go down, and then we would panic and sell, and then it shoots right back
Oh,
up.
I don't even want to say it. I had AMD at $9 a share. It's like 100 and something. I don't even know what it is now.
He has a heart attack.
Yeah, because I lose
see,
$5,000, and then I'm like, oh God, help!
Yeah. Well, see, that's my thing. I mean, we're putting in, $200, maybe $100 every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and just putting it into Bitcoin. So it's not like we're dumping our entire savings on it.
What
We're
is
still
Bitcoin at
sending
now?
money to the savings account. Do what now?
What is Bitcoin at? I believe you should have assets because the dollar ain't worth a shit soon.
Yeah, Bitcoin's at 42.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, that's not too bad. So it's not at the. It
So-
was. What's the top? It topped at 63. They're saying it's gonna be $500,000 a share.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I could never live.
I'm
through
just
the
trying-
downs. That's too.
and I
volatile.
understand you're saying that the U.S. and China are creating their cryptocurrency. If China is making a cryptocurrency, it's going to be tracked. It's going to be tracked. It's going to
Bitcoin
have
is
government
tracked. What are you talking
signatures
about?
all over it.
Bitcoin is tracked.
They're paying people in Russia in Bitcoin because it can't be tracked. It's very hard to track. You can pay terrorists with it, I mean, it can be absolutely used for bad.
What the hell are you planning, Nathan?
I know, right?
No, nothing.
Casey,
I'm just
your
saying.
fear of life needs to change.
I know you've been on
I'm
that
just
dark
saying,
web.
it's secure. That's what I'm saying. It's secure.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea that I could, if shit hits the fan and we have to leave, I could memorize a few characters or a few letters, and I could go to any country in the world and just type in those letters, and I could get my money.
So let me ask you this: do you have it on a thumb drive, or do you have it like Coinbase?
No. I don't have any.
Don't say where it's at, but just I'm trying to figure.
No. I talked to my buddy Wamba about it, and once we have enough, then I'll do that. But right now, there's no point. I just got a little bit.
I think I had. I'm not even gonna talk about it, but so I do have a Coinbase account, and you can hack that shit if you want to. I think there's $6 left out of my $500.
Oh, I thought you lost it all.
I did. So yeah.
What is it?
So I now I just have some shitty coin. It's like I took my last $20 and I put it on this. God, what's the name of it? Storm or something. I don't know. It's 0.004. And I thought, I can't lose. Now it went from 20 to 6. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. That's it. That was it. That was all I had. I like FX. If you can get into that exchange currency, but it's very volatile too. But all right, so we talk trading all day long. I love trading. So, all right, Mr. Casey, take it.
I don't have anything.
What?
Okay, Casey, what's a movie that scared you as a child? I'll go light.
That's light.
I mean,
that's heavy.
Is it?
Not really. Not for me. I watched scary movies as a kid. I loved Freddy Krueger. Like, I wanted him to be my first husband.
Wait. I missed that. What'd you say?
Your favorite man?
Oh, yeah. He was, I don't know. For some reason, I love Freddy Krueger. Like, I wanted to marry him. I don't know. I loved scary movies when I was
he
growing
scared
up.
the shit out. He still scares me today.
Yeah, I send pictures of Freddy Krueger to Mike, and he's like, don't do that before I go to bed.
No, I used to, like, with my grandma growing up, we always either watched Lifetime or scary movies. I mean, so I grew up with Freddy, Jason.
If I had to choose, I would choose scary movies too. Between Lifetime.
Absolutely. Nathan won't watch them with me though. He doesn't like scary movies.
Yes, I know. He needs to watch another movie.
Nope.
Okay, so Nathan, you've never watched scary movies.
And I can't believe you haven't watched.
Yeah, I've watched them.
Yet.
Are you asking me my childhood favorite or worst scary movie?
Yeah, as a child, what scared you?
Have you ever seen the movie Darkness Falls?
No.
Yeah, that's the one with the kids and every
The Tooth Fairy. The lady was the Tooth Fairy, but if you woke up and saw the Tooth Fairy, you would like draw pictures of her, and then the Tooth Fairy was scared of the dark, and oh my god,
that's creepy.
Oh my gosh, oh no,
That
it's a scary
brutal.
movie. Why do you think I don't watch scary movies?
Well, yeah, I'd be scared of the Tooth Fairy. I wouldn't want to lose my teeth. I'd want to flush them down the toilet.
Yeah, check it out. Probably doesn't hold up, but still scared the mess out of me.
The one that used to get me was that. What was the girl with the eyes that used to come out from under your bed sheets? It was a Japanese fable or something. Oh man, what was the name of that? It wasn't the one that come out of the TV. Although that
Annabelle?
one freaked me out too.
Annabelle?
No,
Ring.
Annabelle was a doll.
No, Ring. Yeah, Ring. That lady creeped me out coming out of the television. But the other one was. Man, I wish I hadn't even brought it up now, because now those eyes are gonna haunt me all night.
I didn't watch that many when I was a child.
All right, so.
No.
Psycho scared me.
What did y'all ever see like the Killer Bird movies or?
I watched the Birds movie from the 1970s.
Bird is the word.
That scared me too.
No, no. Okay, I will say this. Okay, going back to my biggest fear, I watched the Piranha movies.
Yes.
I don't know how many there are. They didn't scare me watching them, but I will when I go into a lake. It completely freaks me out.
Yep.
Like I don't like it. If I can't see what's surrounding me, like it really creeps me out.
See?
I don't like it.
You could be my child.
You
Because the Piranha movie scares me, and he's like, just swim in the lake. And I'm like, no, I don't have anxiety, but I start having anxiety when I'm in the lake.
Absolutely.
We had a place on the river, which is a 30-foot river deep, and man, I seen stuff in there that made me nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but you're like, just jump in.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna come get. But those
Yes, they
alligator gar would have this mouth on it with teeth like a crocodile, and they'd be like, the mouth itself would be like 18 inches long.
Yeah.
I
well, those
watched.
are piranhas.
We were running on the Chattahoochee River one time, and these guys caught one of the alligator gar, and it was a huge fish, and his rod's bending down, and they pulled it up, and it was an alligator gar, and they're like, "Cut the line!" Cut the
Yes,
line.
they're scary.
What are you gonna do with all those teeth?
Yeah, they're scary.
All right, so where are we at?
What else you got, Nathan? Or do you want to ask them a question?
I want to ask a lot of questions.
All right, ask them a question.
All right. So,
Tornadoes.
All right.
Tornadoes scare me.
All right. So, in y'all's relationship, who would you say that is the most romantic?
Neither.
Oh
Somebody
God.
has to be more than the other.
I'm more
No.
than Mike, but I'm not romantic.
I'm very
We
romantic.
Liar.
have a joke about us marrying the same people. We're equally lazy, equally non-romantic. Yeah.
That's
Equally
awesome.
like to never do
Look.
anything.
This will
Right.
tell you, his dad had to remind us what day we actually got married. We both knew it was in October. We just forgot the day. Because-
Just like, we'll celebrate the whole October.
Yeah, there you go. We celebrate life.
exactly. Like, I'm just happy to be married. Like, I don't really care what day it was.
Oh,
See, that's romantic.
Sweet.
That's romantic.
There you go. She just
Quick.
won the romantic
She
question.
won it over. Sorry.
Quick, Casey, what day is it?
The
What's our
20th.
anniversary?
The
The 27th.
The 27th, the 17th is.
Oh my God, it's the 17th.
Yeah.
Is it the 17th?
No, I
Yeah.
thought it was the 27th. Oh God.
I hope it's 17th. It's in my calendar. I had to look to check.
That's funny. Ours is the 17th.
It is.
I just remember
Watch it actually
what month
not
did y'all
be.
get married?
Oh, ours is. I know.
Ours is the 17th.
Yeah.
June.
Of what month?
June.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
actually
that's a good
Father's
month.
Day.
So when it
Yeah,
comes
I don't have
to
a dad, so congratulations.
I know.
So when it skipping right over. So when it comes to replacing the toilet paper roll, should the paper go over or under?
Over. We don't do mullets in this house.
I like it over myself. Misty doesn't care.
I just
so.
put it on there.
You like mullet?
Just the fastest
Oh
way
my
to get it
God.
on there.
I just put it on there. It doesn't bother me.
Oh,
It doesn't
no.
bother me.
I don't
either.
like searching for
So
it. I like
who's
to see
more OCD in your relationship?
Me.
it. Oh, I got a feeling it's you. I can tell already.
You're
Yeah.
more OCD.
Yeah.
It's a
Yep.
guy thing.
I don't
Gotta
think it's a-
blow
Yeah.
off the driveway. Gotta
Yeah.
can't
just-
have leaves in the yard.
I know my wife, Misty here, is we lived on that lake property. She's like, well, they'll die and crinkle up. I was like, no, they're gonna kill my grass.
The leaves will die. I've always left the leaves in my yard.
It's hard enough to get grass here anyway.
Yeah, no, I'll let Nathan take care of the yard. He's very protective over it. For me, I don't. We have a rule. Like he does all the outside work whenever when it's warm outside, and I do
Right.
all the inside work because I
Right.
don't want to be out there. He's like, hey, do you want to help me plant these flowers? Like, no.
Not really.
I will go wash these dishes.
See, I like doing outside
Except
stuff.
for the floors. I have to do the
Yeah, I
floors. She's
Yeah, I
not a
don't
floor
do the
person.
floors.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
do you want to come to the house and do our bathrooms? Because I don't like bathrooms.
No.
That goes
what's
back
so
to the
funny?
whole after the vasectomy thing. Nobody likes bathrooms.
No, I actually, so the first time ever, because I just came off maternity leave, and I've kind of kept
Don't
the
judge
house
us.
pretty.
Don't judge us.
Yeah, don't judge us before I say this. So, I was keeping the house clean or whatever, but one, I don't do floors like Nathan does it. I will if I absolutely have to, but he does the sweeping, the mopping, the vacuuming. And then I usually get to clean his own bathroom.
Right.
But he was in Florida for a week with his grandparents, and so I hired someone to come and clean our bathrooms. I was like,
Damn, y'all doing it right down there.
But the
Hey,
deal,
honestly,
the deal was, we talked about this for a while. Casey, it's a valid point. Casey wanted a deep clean, not like an every month thing, just like
Right.
once a year. Wanted somebody to come and like wash the baseboards and just get in every nook and cranny and do a deep clean.
See,
And the
that's
price
I
is
don't
actually
trust
really
people
good.
to do that.
Oh, Casey was home the whole time.
I just don't.
But see,
trust
I would
people
feel
to do it.
weird sitting there watching somebody else clean while I was doing something
Oh,
else.
I cleaned up
No,
before
I
she
was in
came.
my-
I was gonna ask if you did that because I knew somebody else. They would clean their house before the cleaner came.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Nathan was. He was like, clean it up. I was like, stop. Like, this is what we're paying that person to do. But when she was here, I was actually in my office. I was working and taking care of the baby.
Right.
And, she was doing her own thing, and she just knocked on the door when she was done. And I'll say the amount of money we paid her, honestly, it wasn't that much.
Right.
But just how well she cleaned the shower, because with the grout, it looked like we just bought the house. I'm like, I would pay her that much just to come and clean my shower once a year.
Right.
Yeah, I
Make it look
thought
like it's
our
brand
our
new.
grout was gray for real. It's not. It's white, guys.
That's why you never get white grout.
I wish I could get somebody to come clean my garage. Then
I know.
my garage is horrible.
It is.
No, we'll get Nathan to do it. He cleaned out our entire garage because
Wait, come on up. I'll buy you some beer.
His dad wanted us to get this deep freezer.
Oh
He wanted
my
it out of
God.
his shed. You tell it, babe.
This is a
Tell it.
great.
You tell
This
it
is a
better.
great story. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, guys. This is a great story.
Go ahead.
My dad wanted to get rid of a deep freezer, and this deep freezer, he had used it 6 months at the most. I think it was a Whirlpool deep freezer, stand-up, stainless steel, big joker, like a huge one. And he's like, look, either you take this or put it on Facebook Marketplace for me or something. And so I'm like, okay, we'll take it. And so we started looking up. We were going to split a cow
After
with
months,
Casey's
hang on,
mom.
tell him this.
After
Right.
months.
He had to talk me into it. For months, he asked me to get this freezer. And I finally, after months of him asking about it, I was finally like, okay, let's do it.
Right.
Because Casey's like, where are we going to put it? You don't have any room in the garage, which he's right. So we were going to split a cow with Casey's mom and put a half a cow in there so we didn't have to buy meat all the time. We had it all
Right.
planned out. Cleaned out the entire garage, had a space for it, went to my dad's house, helped him load up this extremely heavy deep freezer. And my dad's like, okay, I'll meet you at the house. So I drive to the house, and as I'm pulling in the house, my mom calls me, panicked. We need help. It's on the side of the road. We need
Oh
help.
my gosh.
Y'all, this is a nice freezer. And I'm like, is the freezer okay? She's like, it's toast. Daddy, we need your...
Oh my gosh.
When we got there, they had already loaded it back up, but the door's hanging off. It's beat to hell.
Did you go buy you a new one?
Livid.
Does it still
No.
work?
No. My mom is livid. My dad is embarrassed. My dad I hop in the truck with my dad. My mom takes the car home, and we go and take it to the dump. The dump and just throw it out.
And then it costs $50 to dump it because it has free on it. Holy crap.
Well, that stinks.
It
So
does
you're not
stink.
getting that cow then after all.
No cow for us.
I was going to say, how much are they now? Because last time I bought one, it was $12.50.
Dude, they're expensive at more than I thought. Like they asked you if you wanted grain fed or grass fed. So grass fed was $3.60 a pound, and grain fed was like $4.99 a pound. And so grain fed is 800 pounds, and a grass fed is like 600, something like that.
Holy shit.
My
Yeah, so
cousin
it's
does
expensive.
that.
We were gonna split it with my mom and one of her friends. Like we
Glad
had it
I'm
all
vegan.
planned out.
Yeah, but you want to make sure you get the steaks, though. Man, them are some good steaks.
My cousin does
Yeah.
that though. Like he'll pay for the cow and somebody will actually raise it. And
Yeah.
then I think he pays for it
That's
in
the
the
same
beginning.
thing. It's the same thing, though.
I was about to say that's what we
I
usually
don't
do,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Like as a I don't know how he does
I don't
it,
know, man. I
but
had this
it
steak one
lasts a
time.
while.
I went over to it. He was a cop. He was a friend of mine. He's a police officer, and we used to do other things on the side. But he,
That's gross.
I wasn't going in the
thing?
room. That's all I'm saying. But he had bought one of those cows, and he made me want to do it because I went over there. It was the best steak I'd ever put in my mouth. They didn't have anything on it.
Right.
And he said, what movie? Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama?
No, not movie.
Oh.
The group Alabama.
Yeah.
So they had this cow. It was black and white. And it was on the cover of all their albums.
Right.
Supposedly that steak come from that cow. He's probably full of shit. I
Yes,
don't know.
because if it's been on all their albums, that's from like the 70s.
Aged beef.
Well, you could be right. It was an old cow.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
But it was good. If it was an old cow, then eat the old cow because it was good meat.
Ugh.
I don't know.
I don't like eating meat anymore.
I don't either. You know what?
Are y'all really vegetarian?
Vegan, but yeah.
No.
I mean, I'll eat. We're not religious about it. I'll eat pizza or stuff, but
No. See, I'm not very big on red meat, but I'll eat chicken.
yeah. So my parents both died at 62, and my dad had colon cancer. So I figured I would try it, and so I tried it, and then they had Boca burgers and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys have
They
seen
taste
it,
just
but
like hamburgers.
yeah, but without the grease.
Yeah.
And so when you get used to
Right.
cooking it, it's like, what do you do with all this grease? You can't pour it down the drain. Yeah,
And it's gross just to think about all that grease that's
I know.
in
and,
that meat.
And after you get used to it, and which is what they're trying to do anyway.
And apparently vegan meat is cheaper than regular meat.
Yeah, but you know what? I heard, and I don't know if this is true, that your body doesn't. And you know what? I'm gaining weight, and well, it could be because I'm old.
That's because
Your body processes it differently.
I think it does.
I mean, you're not
process it
eating
different.
tofu, right?
No,
No.
I don't eat tofu.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
tofu
he
is
stopped
not good
working
for you.
out.
I know Dr. Oz said that if you eat turkey bacon, that your body doesn't
Ugh.
process it. It's better to eat regular bacon.
We do eat bacon. We're not total vegan.
We've had bacon one time in the last 6 months.
Well, he just doesn't know that I eat it.
What?
You don't eat breakfast.
You can't smell it in the house?
No,
I
I
open the
would be able
windows.
to. I walk in the house, and you know what? I'm like a detective.
Oh
It's
my
like I
gosh.
can't see shit and I can't hear, but I can smell.
He smells everything. He'll be like,
I know
It's
what's
when
going
your
on.
senses go down, the other ones get stronger.
That's right. I walk in my house, and I actually wrote, I wrote those horror stories, and
oh yeah, I'll have to tell y'all about those.
and I wrote this one is like this guy smells things, and he smells these odors, and it winds up being a ghost because he only smells in certain parts. Anyway, that's another story.
Oh
All right,
my
so
gosh.
so
Now I'm scared.
I'll have to send y'all the link.
if your spouse could spend a day in the life of someone else, who would it be?
I
Is
think
it
he would
who
be
I
Jeff
want her to
Bezos.
be or who she would want to be?
Who she would want to be?
Oh, God. I don't know. Who would you want to be, Casey?
No,
I know who Mike would want to be.
who would I want to be?
Some old man sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Doesn't he already do that?
No, he wished he was.
What? I didn't hear.
She goes, doesn't he already do that?
No, I don't get to do that.
That's what he would want to do for a day.
Now,
That's an odd question.
it is an odd question, but if you could be
Well-
someone else for a day, who would it be?
I think Nathan
I would like to be
choose...
Elon Musk.
Come on,
Ah.
man.
But I don't know about Casey, though. I'm sorry.
Casey would
Yeah,
probably want to
honestly-
be invisible.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
I've never thought about that before, but I have thought about. So, have you ever seen someone just walking down the street? You're driving, you're going your own way. You see someone walking down the street, and just think what did this person do since they've woken up? What have they experienced? Who have they talked to? What have they done? Where are they walking to? And I don't know,
think about that.
it's
That's a
just I don't know.
deep question. You asked me that before. It was crazy.
Because I do that because I'm like those people across the street. I'm like, what do they do all day? Why are they just sitting in the house watching TV all day? I think about that.
I do that about movies. Every day I see it's like, how the hell they get up every day and go do that shit? Why don't they work? How they have all this money, drive a Jaguar, and they never go to work?
Like Friends and
Yeah,
because they never work.
but no, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk in other people's shoes because I know the shit that I went through when I was young. No way.
Right.
I'd hate to know what somebody else is going through.
Give him another question.
All right, so yeah, that one's kind of deep. I'm sorry.
You laugh and then he doesn't ask
Well, I
the
know. It's
question.
because it says, if you two were expecting a baby, who would your lover want to tell first? But then again, you know, they have a newborn.
They have a
so
baby.
That's not.
Yeah, but ask him, does he know who I told first?
It was me.
Oh. Who did she tell first, Nathan?
Oh, it's Misty.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, really?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
No,
Oh,
each
Lindsay.
time. Yeah, yep, exactly.
Lindsay, really?
Both times I was pregnant, she was the first person to find out.
Wow.
Nathan was the second each time.
I'm sorry, Nathan.
All right. When it comes to his underwear, my partner likes theirs to be blank and is uncomfortable in a pair of blank.
No, he likes I know the kind he likes. It's the sports boxer briefs. I think that's what you call them.
Oh,
The
nice.
Adidas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so he likes that. His parents get them for him every year. So he gets a new pack for Christmas every year. So I don't have to worry
tradition.
about it.
Right.
And yeah, that's all he wears. So everything, he doesn't have any other kind of underwear. So
So he'd be uncomfortable in a thong.
Be uncomfortable
oh,
in a
absolutely.
tidy
Or
whitey.
even tidy whities,
Absolutely.
or even just regular boxers. Like he doesn't like the regular boxers.
Do they
Oh,
even
me
have
either.
thongs for guys?
It's no support.
They do.
Do
They
they?
do
Speedos?
actually. Yeah.
Not Speedos,
No.
like thongs.
No, they have. Yeah. Well, what do you think the male strippers wear? Like,
What are
they
those
have
things
to
that
have-
I wear?
Oh, no.
I don't even know what the hell they are.
They're like girl panties.
Oh, bikini briefs.
yeah,
That's what
bikini
they are.
briefs.
No, you don't.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I do. I like support.
Yeah, it supports.
Hold up. Is it the same thing as the boxer brief, like the Adidas or the Under Armour ones?
They're not boxers. They're
No, these are just. It's
No,
like
no,
a thong, but it has
like
an
it
ass.
could be a stripper thing, but no thong.
Yeah. So,
Oh, no. So mine is like a spandex, but it goes down the leg a little bit.
yeah, I know the one you got.
Oh yeah.
I have some of those.
Yeah, I went from wearing boxers, no lie. This was probably about 5 years ago. I used to wear boxers all the time. And a guy at work, he was like, dude, you got to try these. And I was like, you're crazy. No, I'm not going to wear that. And then I put them on and I was like, oh my God.
What y'all do?
Going
Pull
from
each
cloth-
other's pants down and look at what y'all are wearing?
No, he just mentioned it because we worked outside and he was like, hey man, everything gets sweaty and you don't want to be wearing cloth down there. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Or you don't want to be wearing cotton. And he was right.
So those are like spandex?
Yeah, that's the ones.
Yeah, they're like-
Actually, I have a pair of those that Misty ordered. They have her face all
They
over
do.
them.
Oh, nice.
It was a Facebook ad, and it was like underwear with you could put your face on there, and they have socks and bathing suits and stuff.
You know, I've been wanting to get Nathan a pair of those that they hold your balls. Apparently,
Hold your balls.
yeah, like it's on Facebook. Look, man, Facebook
It's called the
Oh my
nurse at the
God.
vasectomy clinic.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently it's some kind of underwear and it has like an extra pocket inside that just
Jesus.
like, gently caresses them.
Next time you see it, you'll have to send it to me.
Hey, don't
They
order
look
that
so
for me.
cool. I just
Look, I like my boys and my.
You could order Mike a pair. And
They're
give it
all
to him for
snuggled
Christmas.
together. They look like
So
a,
cool.
They look like a baby being cradled. I love it. That's the way I have to have it. Oh,
yeah.
so
Unfortunately for Nathan, I wear granny panties, and you know he's just gonna have to get over
That's
it.
what I was going to say.
So no thongs.
No.
Nope.
Now, when I was younger, when I wanted attention, but he already knows what I have, so why I don't need to flaunt it anymore.
True.
comfort's the king. Yes, I agree with you.
Exactly. Yeah, I
I've
caught my
never-
fish.
Did you
and-
say you don't need to floss it anymore or flaunt it? I heard floss.
Same difference.
Either one works.
Same difference.
So let me ask you this: lingerie. Do you wear it? Does Nathan even care?
No, no, he doesn't care.
Do guys even care?
No.
I mean, he might care. I don't think he cares. If I want any, I'm just like, take my shirt off, and I'm like, all right, come on.
I know.
And he's
Why,
like, okay,
why
let's go.
spend the money on lingerie?
She's like, just come on, get it over with.
Yeah, like,
But,
I like give him this look, like, okay, like I nod my head back, and I'm like, follow me, like, let's go, like, you know what's about to happen.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. We're still in t-shirts and.
I mean, I've never had lingerie. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, I think when you're married long enough, and I say long enough, we've been married a year and a half.
I was like,
things
yeah, that's
really
not
do
long
change
enough.
when you're married. I don't
Yeah.
know. Things change when you're married. It's, you know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just try to live in this make-believe fantasy that was, brought up by television, and real life just doesn't work that way. And everybody goes out and spends the money because they want that life. But in reality, you love each other, you're attracted to one another, and hell, most of the time the lights are off. You don't see the shit anyway, so.
Exactly.
Exactly. And if you do wear anything, it's going to come off in like 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
What's the
what
point of
is the
spending all that
point?
money
Right.
on lingerie?
Which some people might get the kick out of it, but I mean, maybe when we get old and it takes a little while to get it going.
Oh
yeah,
my
but
God.
then you're gonna get big
It's
all
actually the opposite.
You have to have things to like pinch your back and stuff, so all your wrinkles aren't up there.
I think 50
Casey's
Shades
gonna
of
call me
Grey.
in the room. Help me put this on.
I know.
I'm
And
like,
then you can
"Oh,
take
why
it
you put
right
this
back
on?"
off.
I can't reach it. I can't reach it.
Help me put this lingerie on so you can take it right back off.
Yeah.
Just pretend you didn't see it. Walk out and come back
I
in.
know, right? By the time he walks out, he will forget. If we're
And
that
it's
old.
like you try to take it off with your teeth, and then your teeth fall out. And it's like,
Oh my God.
So, anyways, Nathan, you were going to talk about tornadoes.
tornadoes.
Oh, you want me to jump to that?
Pivot.
Pivot.
Do you want me to seriously, or
Yeah.
are you joking?
What about
No.
tornadoes?
Yeah, what about tornadoes? Scare me to death.
Okay, so tornadoes kind of scare me to death too, especially with all this bad weather coming through.
Yeah.
And I go down rabbit holes. I will I'll learn all about tornadoes, and then I'll figure out like what house is how is my house going to stand up against a tornado? And guys, let me tell you something.
It won't.
The tornado hits, nothing's going to stand up to it. And
No, the
this
brick
little-
house.
this
Don't
guy-
you remember the 3 little pigs?
even a brick house. This guy was like, it was some research institute or something, and they had a gun that shoots a 2x4 at 150 miles an hour, and he shot it against siding with plywood. He shot it against brick. It went through the brick, and that's what he was like. Look, he's like, against wind, your house will stand up to like 180. Mile an hour winds, but a 2x4 coming at 180 mile an hour, nothing's stopping it.
Yeah,
Right.
and also
And it just kind of freaked me out, man.
if you also look into that, I want to say it was a pine straw. Pine straw coming out of a tornado will go straight through your body.
I could see that.
Yep.
So I mean,
So,
I'm sure
we-
if it hits bone, it's going to stop. But I'm just saying straight through.
Yeah.
We went to Texas. We have half my Hispanic family lives in Texas, and we went over there in 2006 when Hurricane Katrina had went through there,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
and we stopped in Biloxi just to kind of see what had, all the damage and everything. And we saw, I'll never forget it, we saw a concrete slab on the ground, and it had some center blocks, like 4 or 5 center blocks up. The rest of it had blown off. But it had some center blocks, and there was pine needles stuck into the center blocks.
Oh no way.
Wow.
Yes, and that's when it kind of hit me. Oh, breaking news, storm's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Katrina was horrible. I went down to Biloxi after that.
So I want to make, and I don't think it would be that difficult, but I really want to make myself a bunker.
Me too.
Dude,
That's
me
where I was going with this.
too.
I want it for several different reasons. I mean,
You want it for the nukes. I heard the last episode.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about the nuke, I do feel like it's survivable, and we're outside. Oh, actually, you know what? You just want to make sure you're outside 50-mile zone of a military base, and you'll
But
make it.
y'all are
But
not.
I did get my potassium iodide tablets, by the way. So
Misty,
Look,
did you
talking
get
about
yours,
all
or he
this,
didn't?
I have
He didn't tell you about that.
no, she
Yeah.
knows. I got 3. I got 60.
They were
180,
what,
180
$40
pills.
the first day you looked at it. Then the second day it was 80. Then they were like up to 120. Like
Yeah,
the third day.
I found out our government bought them all and sent the shit to Ukraine.
Well,
And
that's-
Pasaki, during her, we sent him. I can't stand listening to that. Have you ever listened to Jen Psaki,
Yep.
the press secretary for the president?
Yeah. Yeah, the redhead.
Oh yeah, every
Yeah.
every
circle
three
back.
words is an But anyway, I'm gonna get off that.
Well, talking about all this, I have a question for you guys.
all right.
So, because I've thought about it many times, if it's not going to happen, but like say something catastrophic happens, a zombie apocalypse, a war, like someone, you know, you have troopers on the ground coming to kill everyone. Like, what is your plan? Like, what is like, who are you going to go and get? What weapons do you have in your house? Where are you going to hide at? Like, are you going to, I've been thinking about this. Do I go in my attic? Do I go in my closet? Do I go to my neighbor's house?
Right.
You're talking about
Definitely not the attic.
is there?
No.
You're saying that are there boots on the ground and
Like what's
people are storming
happening
through your neighborhood?
Like what's happening in Ukraine? What would we do?
Yeah, like, well,
I have
that
no idea.
or a zombie apocalypse. Let's just say someone's, you know, there's a threat, it's on the ground, and you can't really, there's nowhere to actually travel anywhere, and you're kind of confined to the area that you're in at the moment.
All right, so you guys, I don't know. I personally have a fence. So, and it's not going to keep anybody out. I understand that. But Nathan, as a man, I'm going to tell you, have treble hooks. Have as many treble hooks as you can afford. Put them in each room of your house and some fishing line. So if things are coming through your yard, you just hang it from a tree limb. It hooks in their eye or on their skin somewhere, and you at least know that they're there. They're either going to scream or it's going to shake a can. It's going to grab their clothes. You're going to know that they're there. So that's my first thing.
Yes, but if military are coming in just bombing everything,
We're going to know
like
that they're
her
coming,
question
and then
is,
the men.
where would we go?
We're not going. I'm going to go fight. I don't know where you're going.
I know, but there'd be
So it'd
really
be just
nowhere to
like
go.
I would get you to the border. You would have to go to either Mexico or Canada. And then we're just all the men. Me and Nathan's gonna have to go scrap it out with somebody.
Go
Yeah,
slap
see-
Chris Rock.
That's
So-
exactly what's happening in Ukraine, and I feel so bad for those people.
Oh, I do too.
Me too. It's so sad. Like I can't fathom what they're going through. Like I've seen videos, especially like the children who that are traveling by themselves, and they
Oh,
just
I
have like
know.
a note on them. I mean, it just.
All right, so I'm
It's-
just gonna give you one little scenario, and I'm a very sentimental person. So if my wife, my beautiful wife that I love very much, was pregnant with our child, and somebody bombed the hospital that she was in, and her picture was on the television, and her and my baby were dead, there's no amount of nothing going to stop me from getting to whoever did it. And I don't care what it takes. I'm going to have to die myself, and that's fine, but I will not stop until I get to whoever did it, or I'm dead. So I couldn't imagine what those people were going through. I'm sorry. That's all I'll say about that. You guys talk about it.
I know
but
that picture disturbed him. I don't know if y'all saw that picture.
Yeah,
No.
I saw the video also
Yeah.
of all they're escorting all the women out. They have bodies and
Yeah.
babies, pregnant ladies. I mean, it just, and I just had a baby, so that definitely hit home to me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the year 2022. This isn't. We're not playing with swords, and I just don't get it.
No, I don't. Well, it's just old men, and you know what? I've said this a lot. If all the old men, and probably some of the old women too, that are just set in their ways, you know, if they would all
Yeah.
just die, I think we would be good. I think the world would be set.
Damn,
You
Casey.
know?
Jeez.
Well, if you think about
She
it,
said this multiple times.
because honestly, if you think about it, you know, like, and everyone has said it, you know,
So that's another reason
especially-
for COVID, huh?
right?
Get all the
But,
old
like,
people out.
Everyone says, and it's true, in the United States, like slavery, it didn't end that long ago. And even after slavery ended, you had all of these white people, or people in general, that looked down on other races. Now, in my generation, you know, I'm in my 30s. My generation, I feel like it's not as bigoted. It's more of all the old people. And so if they just die, then we just have all the young people that are okay and agree that we should cohabitate and everybody's, the same, as important as everyone else.
Well, I have another
just
scenario for you. They're never, and so and people ask, I work in a very diverse, atmosphere, and and we've discussed it in the backroom talk, and it's just like this. It's like, look, in 30 years, this is a non-issue. Everybody's going to be mixed. Everybody's already mixed. I don't even know what the big deal is.
Exactly.
But all right, so. And you guys can research this if you want to. The governments and whatnot have to divide us. If they did not divide us, we would not be operational in our everyday lives. We would all just be, if we didn't have something to cause us to suffer, then we would not be happy in our everyday lives. And I believe that the divide is real, and it's premeditated, and they keep it going. It's not.
What? Is that you think that's an American ideal? Because other governments are able to do it. How come our government has to divide us? And how come that has to be an American thing?
We are freer than any other any other culture there is. We're free. Everybody else is oppressed, so they have a different type of survivorship they have to
other countries actually talk about, like, there's history books in Russia and other countries. It talks about America and how they basically laugh at us. They basically laugh at America with how our government is ran, and they think that we're all sheep, which, I mean, if you look at it though, with all especially when Trump came out, I don't think, and it's also social media. So when Trump came out and social media was real big, I mean, you could see people were jumping on a bandwagon, whether it's to the left or to the right, and we're all sheep just following, whoever we agree with. There's not really, right now, there's not anything in the middle. It's either you're far left or far right.
Right.
And whichever way you look at it, we're all sheep. So we may be free, we may be a free country, but are we?
Well, we're led, but see, that's the thing, and I believe that's, people are standing up and they're not taking it. Like, I personally, and I don't know about you guys, I don't believe not even a fraction of anything I see on television, anything in the news. I don't.
Oh no, definitely
I
not.
don't believe anything on the internet. I mean, and it's sad because I really don't believe anything. I watch several different sources and I try to decipher between the bullshit to figure out what might be the truth. But even then, you don't know. So what do you think, Miss? You're not really a big... Misty hates politics. She doesn't care about any of it.
I don't.
She just lives her life. And
Well, it's not really politics, it's people. Because I'm not a big fan of politics, but I can... Sorry if you hear the baby.
That's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
We thank you. Appreciate you being here.
To me, it's not really politics. It's about people. And if people would stop looking at the actual politics of it and, just come together on a common ground. But you can't, like today, there were 168, and I'm going to say this wrong, Senate people.
Senators, yeah.
No, I don't think it was the senators, though. They were trying to pass the bill for the...
That was the House of Representatives.
Yeah, you talk about it. You know what I'm trying to say.
You're talking about for
the
marijuana? The bill?
No. For the insulin.
No, for the insulin.
So Nathan, you say it.
Oh, I mean, I assume you're talking about the insulin and how a bunch of people voted no for it. I mean,
do you know why they even had that vote?
Well,
they were trying to make insulin cheaper.
But babe, my biggest thing on vote or any kind of law or anything they pass is we don't know what's in those bills. Those bills aren't just one thing, one bottom line that says we're going to make insulin cheaper. No. One senator goes to another senator, or one representative goes to another representative and says, "Hey, I want to do this," and they're like, "That's a great idea, but I want this in the bill."
Yeah.
And the next person says, "Well, I want this in the bill, and I want this in the bill," and then they create this huge bill that they put a name on it that says this is and this is again a sheep thing. Everyone gets all in arms because, oh my gosh, can you believe that they voted against reducing the price of insulin? When you look at that bill and it's 4,000 pages long.
Oh yeah.
So-
Then that's my next question. Then why do they have to add all the extras? And that's where I don't like politics. Why are you bringing all of the other crap into it? If we're talking about insulin, then that's all we're talking about. Don't talk about how much money you want to spend here and how much money you want to spend there. This is one specific thing that we need, and then you put all the politicians in there, and they're like, okay, well, let's put this and let's put that, and then nothing ever gets done.
Well, they had that bill because everybody went up in arms. It's like diabetes kills more people a year than COVID, and everybody's like, why isn't insulin free when COVID vaccine is free? And so I think that's what brought that to light, and and it's true. Why? I mean, I don't know.
Why isn't all medicine free?
Well, it is.
Well, I know they have to make some kind of money, but to keep going. I get it. You have to make a profit, but the amount of money that they're charging people for insulin, and it's a life-saving drug, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, there should be a cap on it and say, look, you can only charge, I don't know, let's say 20% more. At the most, 20% more of what it costs you to make it,
Right.
Why can't we just do that? Make a bill to say any medication that's made, you can only charge 20% more.
But they would just inflate it. It's like, okay, so now the CEO, instead of making $4 million a year, he'll make $20 million a year, and then that'll be in the cost of the insulin. So there's ways around all of that shit. So the fact
that's why I don't like politics. It sucks.
Well, it's just pharma, period.
I think the thing about politics, especially since we all live down south and we're all in red states, is the thing that I'm really trying to get across to everyone that'll listen, all of my heavy Republican friends, is just to remember that none of these guys care about you. Like they get up in arms because they're like, I can't believe you voted for a Democrat and all this stuff. And I voted for the same amount of Democrats as I voted for Republicans in my lifetime. So I've went both ways. But I'm telling them what they don't understand is these people don't care about you. They go on stage and they say all these things and you get tricked into thinking that they really care about you.
Actors.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but you're just a number. You're just a number. And the sooner you can understand that, the sooner you can understand what the game is. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can protest in the street, and maybe that'll make maybe that'll make the news. But our news moves so fast; it'll make the news for an hour, and then something else is going to happen, and that's over.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I'm having issues with it as well.
That's why I don't watch the news.
Sometimes I think ignorance is bliss.
I don't pay attention to politics. My life is stress-free because of that.
I was going to tell Mike one thing that really helped me is when this whole Ukraine war happened, I was reading it every day, every night, and I would go into just these deep. It is depressing, man. You can say that it's not depressing, and you can say that, you have a great life. None of this is depressing, but it kind of plays on your psyche just a little bit. How upset this is. It
really messes with me. I can't believe it's going on this day and time, honestly.
I think you stopped watching the news because of it.
So I started doing a thing where I just would read the news every other day. And it's addicting, too, because there's a news app or whatever app you use. I use Google News just because it kind of loops it all into one. But there's a news app that you probably go on your phone. It's kind of addicting not doing that.
I have a bunch of them.
No, he has them all
TikTok
coming
is my
up
news.
Over. He has all these news things pop up on his notifications, and he doesn't even click on them. He just reads the headline.
Yeah, I just read the headline. I don't even read the story. That's probably but I get most of my news from
YouTube, which is so...
Because I can decipher...
They're just people like us
between
talking.
The bullshit.
Just like news people.
I got to be honest with you.
Censored.
Now, there is... You're right. It is. And that, to me... Never mind. But I just want you to know that Google owns YouTube, just so you know.
They do.
Google owns everything, just like Disney.
But I don't usually you know, it doesn't make shit. They don't care what I say because we're nothing. But there's this show called Morning Invest, and it started out as an investment channel. And you know, I used to trade stocks, but they've turned it to a news channel. But they're democratic people. They're very liberal, in which I don't swing either way, but they're honest both ways. You know, and they just read through the lies, and you know, I don't watch news, period, but I just like the fact that, you know, they do a lot of research and save me a lot of time from watching a lot of different channels, because they give each viewpoint, not just a liberal or a Republican type viewpoint.
Right.
Right. Yeah, there's this woman on TikTok. I don't even know what she works for. But I really like the way she reports news, because there's no bias. She reports the facts. Like, she says that this is what it is. You may or may not like it. This is what's happening. Here's your information. Here are some sites that you can go on if you want to read more about it. But she never, no matter which way it goes, she never tells her opinion. And
Right.
if every news person could do that, like if every news person could just go on and say, hey, look, here's the facts. This is what's going on. We're not saying we like this person. We're not saying we like that person. Decide for yourself what you like.
Right.
I feel like it would be a better world.
Yes, everybody needs to get along.
But I mean, you know, there's always a spin. There's always a spin, and it's always
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's hard.
That's
Most
why
of it's
I like-
clickbait. You know,
Yeah,
It
I
is.
know.
and you know,
I like
have
the
YouTube
Google
channels,
News.
so. And I tell you what, so you know, Misty does. She has her chicken channel, and which does very well, and I'm proud of her for it. But there was this one time that she made this one video, and the name of it was Day 69,
Because I do each day of my little chickens.
and
I got,
She got-
40,000 views.
yeah, she normally gets like
No
you know
way.
100 or 60, or,
Sometimes 2,000.
because
but
it says, and then
it said day 69.
I wrote
Oh
a
my
story that
God.
said "Love Thy Sister," and I didn't think nothing of it. It was about two
had
sisters
the
that
most
actually kill
views.
people, but yeah, it got the most views. It's like everybody's just
It's sexualized.
yeah, it's crazy. So it's all clickbait. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's whatever can get the most views. Like what can we say that's gonna make people, that's gonna suck people in and it's
Yeah.
gonna keep them here.
And
Yeah.
it's you know, and some of it's unintentional. It just happens.
Right.
But it's a lot of sexual and killings.
Well, actually, what it is, it's like so Nathan, you know, he uses Google News. So whatever, I don't know if you guys know how to use the search engine, but anyway, anything you type into Google is like who has the most, and then it'll go like kills or nursing homes, or whatever people are searching, that comes up first, and it'll be the
Yep.
first things mentioned, and that's where people are getting their clickbait from. It's like, what are people searching?
Yeah.
And
Correct.
that's how they come up with what it is.
So
and
that's
it's like
what
the
we
Chris
need to
Rock
do.
thing was like brutal. That everybody was talking about it.
For a couple of
Yeah.
days, yeah.
And they spin it. It's like, so today, like even on Morning Invest, they were talking about clickbait, as a matter of fact, and I didn't bring this up. Who brought this up? So I'm not copying. But anyway, but they were talking about, everybody's talking about stimulus checks. So they just typed into Google stimulus checks, and it's like there was thousands of videos that came out within the hour about
Oh, wow.
that. So anyway, y'all do any April Fool's Day jokes?
We didn't.
So Misty got me today, speaking about babies. So little Miss Genius here, she sent
I
me
know where this is going.
she sent me a pregnancy test on we have this, her grandfather made this kitchen table, and
Table, yeah.
I think it should be in the garage, but anyway, it's in our kitchen.
It's a nice
So
kitchen table.
okay, well,
It is.
that's up for, well, your grandfather made it, so it's beautiful. But she had a pregnancy test on the table, and it even had, you know, she even left one of the stains that don't come on. I chipped the Formica, moving it here. So I knew it was our table, and I knew it was a pregnancy test that was positive. And she sent it to me. I'm like, "What happened to vasectomy? It can't be mine." But anyway, so she sent it to me, and I'm sitting here, because I actually got excited for a minute. I was just like, but she had photoshopped a picture of a pregnancy test and put it on our table. This is how talented.
Oh my God.
And but yeah, that's where I was going, is how talented she was. But I did get a little emotional. I was like, "Oh, I got a baby."
I know, but we're too old.
Yeah.
You are not. You could totally do it again.
Ooh, no.
no,
We'd
I
be
can't.
like 80 when the child
The
graduates.
chickens are killing me.
You know, I always say that. Like, I don't want to be a 60-year-old grandma at a high school graduation.
I know.
And then my mom also ruined it for me. You know, she's not even 50 years old yet. Like.
Yeah, and she's already got her
lucky.
grandbabies.
Yes, she's so lucky. She's so young.
Yeah.
Now she owns her own business. All 3 of her kids are grown.
Yeah.
They all have kids. I mean, and then she's probably going to be able to live long enough to see their kids.
Yeah.
And me, I'm over here 30 with
Oh, I'm 30 years older than mine, so I'm like, well, geez, I probably won't even see his kids.
Yeah, but Misty has an aunt that is 100 years old.
She's
so-
99, yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Can she take care of herself, though? That's the question.
Not anymore. She
Ice cream and
used
bacon.
to. Yeah, she eats ice cream all the time. But she used to, like 2 years ago before COVID, she was doing really good. And then when they went on lockdown, it kind of ruined her.
Mm.
I
Bummer.
mean,
My
she's
thing
still with
is-
us, but she's not happy.
I want to live long enough until I can't take care of myself. Once
Right.
I can't wipe my own butt, just kill me. Just
Right.
take me to a state that has assisted suicide and just let me go. Like,
Assisted suicide.
Just
No, I
you know what?
agree.
I have a theory to it, and because I'm the same way. But I'm like, I want to be on the riverbank, and just
Put
just
heroin all in them. And
dope
let
me
'em
up and just
push
push
'em in the
me
river.
and I'm good.
yeah, give me a good way to go.
Give me a
Yeah.
good couple of hours and let me see some shit I had never seen before, and just let me go.
So he wants to be cremated. And I was like, all right, well, we'll cremate you, and I'm just gonna buy a vodka bottle, and after you die, me and his kids are all gonna drink the vodka up and put them in there.
There you go.
Oh, I was about to say, oh my God.
I know. I was actually with you, Nate. I was like, where are we going with that?
No, we already talked
gonna
about
be-
it. Remember?
It's going to be sitting on the fireplace. Everyone's going to be like, I've never seen that kind of,
Yep.
I've never seen that kind of vodka before.
Nathan,
is.
tell them what you want us to do with your body. What is the one thing that you told me before that you want to happen after you die?
I really don't know, babe. Did I say throw you in the ditch?
No,
me in the
not
ditch?
me. No, you.
Not me. Don't kill me.
Don't throw me in the ditch.
Don't you put me
Cremate
in
me,
no
I'm
ditch.
I
over
don't
that.
remember. I
No,
don't remember.
Nathan said he wanted to be put out at sea. Just throw me in the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get
Yep.
eaten by the sharks.
Yep.
You know, I'm with that. I just don't want to be in no damn box. I can't.
No, absolutely not.
I can't do
And
it.
see, I always said I wanted to be buried, but now that I've been married to Mike, I'm just like, man, cremation's probably the better way to go.
Well, like my
Yeah.
dad is
Because
in a
I don't-
tomb. He
I don't-
can never get out. He's stuck in there forever.
But the thing of it is,
Imagine if he came back and he's like, you gotta be kidding me.
come get me out.
you
But
can't
it's like,
rot. You can't do anything. You're just there.
I mean, both of my parents are gone, and when have I went to go see them in their grave?
true.
Right.
But I'm going to be on the fireplace mantle. You can't.
That's right. So I could just carry you around everywhere I go.
But see, I also think about like what happens, and it probably would never, but if there was like another asteroid that destroyed the planet and then we had to come back from fish to humans again or whatever life form, and then you know how we dig up like the Egyptians and dinosaurs? I don't want someone poking around my bones. Like, they're
True.
my bones. Leave my bones alone.
Well, think about this for a second, okay? So I work with electricity all day. And I know how a lot of electricity works. And I know the body and the soul is nothing more than energy. And I don't know what holds it in our body. I'm not a doctor or anything. But I do know that, like a battery holds that energy. And when we die, that energy, how long does it take it to release? And I don't want to be my energy trapped in a box somewhere and can't get. You know what? I just let it be. Let it be.
No, I agree with you.
But I mean, don't take my word for it. I don't know nothing.
So Nathan's gonna be shark food. Mike's gonna be in a vodka bottle.
I'll go. Hey,
I
you know
want to
what?
be made into a reef.
A reef?
Yeah, they have this thing. I have to look it up and see where it's at. But you get cremated, and then your ashes, they use it as a reef, and they put it underwater, and it basically, it's a habitat for fish and crabs and
that kind
whatever.
of reef. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant a reef you hang on the door.
Hang on the door
I'm
for
like,
Christmas.
I'm like, Casey, I said, you have 2 boys. They're not going to care about no reef. I'm like, who's going to take that? Your mom?
No, like
Always watching the front door.
Yeah, no. Casey's on the front door, y'all.
Don't slam it. She can't take another fall. Casey goes rolling down the street in a storm.
Door.
That's hilarious.
Okay, that makes more sense.
But I like Nathan's thing. Yeah, I can take river, ocean. Ocean probably be better. Be pooped out of a shark. Be your last little energy dismissing from your body.
I honestly don't care. I mean,
you're dead.
But
Just put
sharks
me in the
don't like
ditch.
people.
I know. I see squirrels and stuff on the side of the road, and I'm just always like,
Oh, I know. It's so sad.
ugh, sad to me. It's like that was it. It's like the last thing they said was ah.
Yeah,
I know.
down for the old dirt nap.
I did find out too, because you know what? I'm like, how are all these squirrels getting hit? Because they run fast. They can move from the car.
Yes, but they're confused.
They run halfway across the road and they're like, I can't make it. Gotta
No,
go
they
back.
jump. They jump up into the car. Their first instinct is when the car is going over them is to jump, and they jump up and hit their head and get whacked.
Aw.
Well,
I do
Nathan-
feel really
Nathan hit
bad
one
when
the
I hit
other
a
day.
squirrel. Yeah, every time you hit a squirrel, I feel terrible because it's not like a doo doo. It's like a.
I know.
Oh my God, you're so small.
I had no right.
And then when you hit a bird, how many birds have you hit? Don't
oh
feel
my
nothing.
gosh.
I see. I never known I hit a bird, but I've had one stuck in
Exactly.
my grill.
You just find them in your grill.
Yeah.
I had one bounce off my windshield one time. I felt so bad.
I hit a dog.
Oh,
one
you
time.
felt that probably.
How dare you?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I was probably like 18, and we went to the club, and we
The
were
club.
late.
That's how old Misty is. The club.
And we were late for curfew. So I'm driving my friend's car down this back road, and this big old black dog literally hits the side of the car and then turns around and hits the back. It hit it twice.
Oh my god.
And it's
You was drunk.
no, I had been drinking, but I wasn't drunk. But I
Sure.
I was like, oh my gosh, I just hit a dog, and I just kept going. I'm like, I'm not stopping. That thing was so big too.
You should go to jail. I'm sorry. You just
Well, I had
go
to get
jail. Go turn
home.
yourself
If not,
in right
my
now.
I know,
parents were
it's-
gonna put me in jail.
You better hope the statute of limitations is out on that dog cruelty there.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't
Yeah,
say what
someone's
town
gonna
it
listen
was.
to this and just like, oh my goodness.
That was like 30 years ago.
Man.
I mean,
Statute of limitations. There's no statute of
limitations.
limitations on murder. I do know that.
No, there's
No,
not.
he was still alive. I watched him walk behind me, but
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be something that there was statute of limitation on murder? It's be like,
Dude.
if it's 40
Speaking
years
of-
and it's like 40 year one day, yeah, I killed that asshole.
OJ will come back and say, "Yep, I did it."
Yep.
Well, he could.
What do you mean it's daylight savings time and I'm behind an hour?
Oh, damn it.
Wait, you're in Central Time.
Look, man, speaking of statute of limitations, so did y'all know Department of Revenue, they sent me a thing saying that I didn't submit my tax return for 2013. And I'm like, what? 9 years ago? And they're like, you owe us this much. And it was a lot of money.
Oh
I
wow!
was like, are you kidding me? So
Oh,
I
you
went,
just
like,
paid
had to
that
go
shit,
down.
didn't you?
I thought it was
I
only
had
supposed to go
to.
like 7 years.
Oh, I looked at all and I was like trying to look at all this lawyer, like attorney stuff. And I'm like, hey man, how long can they go back on this? And they're like,
Forever.
if you never submitted one, forever.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
But the
So
mess
20
up
years
is they
could go
don't-
by.
Oh, them assholes got me. I know.
No, they just
Yeah.
wait until they don't have the records anymore. So he was like, "Yeah, well, can I get my W-2s?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't keep a record of it."
Yeah, the company I used to
Okay,
work
so
for
you-
is no longer in business.
I don't feel
So they're
bad.
like, we don't
I
have
lost a whole savings account. Like, I mean, not as a before they had 401k, they just had a retirement plan. And yeah, I lost a whole retirement plan.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I was like 18. I had $3,000 in there, but I still can't find that shit.
Hey,
Actually,
that's
that was
$3,000.
That
I
was
know.
40 years ago or whatever. But I don't
Oh
know
my
what it's like
God.
now.
I would be searching for that.
Little did you know they've
yeah.
been calling you this whole time. We've been trying to reach you.
Yes. All the political calls.
And you're like, click.
Yeah, that would be some shit because I hang up
It's your
on them,
car
too.
insurance, but it's not really your car.
It's the warranty people.
Yes.
That's funny. All right, well, I guess I better let y'all go.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys, thank y'all for joining us on
Let's talk
Talk
about,
About
squat.
And
Thanks, guys.
thanks, guys. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
did.
did. Thank
Talk to
you.
y'all later.
All right,
Bye, y'all.
anytime.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
So that was a good little session.
That was nice. They had fun.
So we will see y'all next time, everybody.
Yes, and remember, you can reach us at.
706
You can't remember that phone number.
409 2188.
That's 706-409-2188. She didn't remember it. She had it written down.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want to email us and set up a time, you can email us at letstalkaboutsquat@gmail.com.
Or call us or text us.
Yes, anytime. Thanks, guys.
Peace out.